The advocate's approach. Creating a winning pitch or mobilizing an organization to follow you is the creation of an argument. Your argument is the creation of an ironclad theorem that logically supports the hidden agenda. It is the superstructure of your pitch. Now, most business presentations are linear. They go from one sort of sequence to another and therefore are not really mobilizing. The advocate's approach is taken from the principles of litigation. That is, putting forward a powerful argument in court on behalf of a client or interest. There have been a multitude of programs, courtroom dramas, that show the opening sequence of a lawyer resting on a railing, delivering the opener to an awaiting jury. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that my client could not have committed the crime because he wasn't there. Courtroom dramas aside, there is a powerfully important logical sequence to creating an effective argument. The first is your theorem. This is the organizing principle of your case and the one around which all of your facts and support are arrayed. For example, looking back at the MasterCard examination, here is the theorem for MasterCard. Carpe diem. You see the words before you. They mean seize the day. It is because this is your day, your time. You will stigmatize Visa's platform of conspicuous consumption and become the preferred card in the customers' wallets, but most importantly, in their hearts. Now, this simple theorem was the basis for the entire presentation and pitch to the client, around which all the other elements presented became evidence in support of the theorem. Effectively, it uses logic, or the syllogism of the sale. A successful pitch requires speaking in the logic of emotion directed at the hidden agenda. Strike at this, and you strike at the heart of your customer's desire. Strike at this desire, and you'll win. This is achieved through the logic of emotion. Take, for example, a simple three-part chain of logic called a syllogism. For example, major premise, all S is P. Minor premise, this case is S. Conclusion, therefore, this case is P. This kind of logic, used in courtrooms across the world, applies as much to the development of a legal argument as it does to creating the logic of emotion and connecting successfully and communicating successfully to the hidden agenda of your prospect. For example, here's a legal syllogism. Major premise, a contract is not binding without consideration. Minor premise, Johnson provided no consideration for this contract. Conclusion, therefore, this contract is not binding. Now, looking back at the MasterCard experience, the syllogism might have looked like this. Major premise, society has shifted toward inner-directed values. Minor premise, MasterCard's values are inner-directed. Conclusion, therefore, MasterCard is society's card. Now, with your win strategy at your side, it is down to creating your argument. The argument has four essential parts: the opening statement, facts and evidence, the logical path, and summation. The opening statement. This is a compelling recitation of your theorem in its purest and simplest form. It's a pithy, convincing summary of the essence of your pitch. Facts and evidence. This is the process the legal folks call discovery. It's a painstaking review and collection of all of the potential facts relevant to the case. The logical path. This is the roadmap for your audience that shows how you will set out to prove your case. This is how you array the evidence in support of your theorem. You can literally diagram the chain of your logic so that your audience will be clear about where you're taking them. Summation. This is an explanation of the relationship between the facts and the theorem of the case that you've presented. Very often, putting our case forward ends rather quietly. To be effective is to present a rousing summary of your case and what you believe your audience should do. Remember this: your argument is a vitally important element in your successful pitch. It is the assembly and the distillation of your theorem and the supporting evidence that you put forward. Your argument is constructed on the foundations of syllogistic logic and is the structure around which your pitch is built. This critical reduction to an essential core is an act of courage. It requires that you decide in favor of the single essence of who you are and what your organization is, putting forward, excluding all of the possibilities.